The power of the world government. The world government, they are the main villain group of the series and a powerful organization. I'm going to go over just how truly powerful they are. First, let's talk about the Marines, the main military force of the world government. The Marines are part of the three great powers alongside the Yonkos and formerly the Warlords. I won't be going over every single Marine rank, but they basically go Fleet Admiral, Admiral, Vice Admiral, Rear Admiral, Commodore, Captain, Commander, Lieutenant Commander, and others. While we don't know the exact total numbers of the Marines, we do know that they are one of the strongest and largest military forces of the world. Plenty of the Marines, mainly the high-ranking members, have Delfruits, knows hockey, and of course they also know Rokushiki. While I won't be going over all the Marines, I'll go over the three of the strongest ranks, and they are the Vice Admirals, the Admirals, and of course the Fleet Admiral himself. There are a total of 31 Vice Admirals. All of them can use hockey, and some of them can also use Rokushiki. While I'm on the personal belief that many of them are pretty much terrible, there's no denying that they are all still somewhat strong, with the most strongest members being Jion and Chatan, two Vice Admirals that almost became Admirals, Onigumo, Momonga, Smoker, Suru, and of course the one and only Monkey D. Garp. Then we have the Admirals themselves, and they are the second highest rank of the Marines. And in my personal opinion, I would say that they are comparable to a Yonko in terms of power and strength. The current Admirals are Kizaru, Fujitora, and Aramaki. First, let's go over Kizaru, whose stealth fruit is the Glint Glint fruit, a very powerful Logia that allows Kizaru to create, control, and transform into light, making it one of the strongest Logias out there. Kizaru, along with Akainu and former Admiral Kuzan, all know advanced armament hockey, in which they used it to stop a long-distance quake shockwave by Whitebeard during the Marineford arc. Kizaru is also shown to have incredible durability, as shown when he was kicked down by Marco or even when he fought against Gear 5 Luffy. Kizaru was strong enough to also fight against Whitebeard himself. Granted, Whitebeard was nerfed by holding down Whitebeard's Naginata and then shooting him with his lasers. Kizaru was also able to easily overwhelm Gear 4's Snake Man Luffy, and during the Sabaody arc, no one with the exception of Rayleigh could really fight against him. Next, we have Fujitora. He is the only Admiral that has a Paramecia, with it being the Press fruit, which allows Fujitora to create and manipulate gravitational forces, including summoning meteors. With his Delfruit, he was able to easily send all the rebels from Dressrosa to the sky, while at the same time clashing with Luffy. Other than knowing armed hockey, Fujitora is also highly skilled at using observation hockey. Fujitora is also shown to be a powerful swordsman and combines his Delfruit with his swordsmanship. The sword he possesses is also one of the 12 Supreme Grade Blades. Fujitora was also able to take a hit from a Gear 3 Hockey Luffy without getting any damage at all. Doflamingo also stated that Fujitora along with Green Bull are both very powerful monsters, showcasing even more just how powerful and dangerous they are. Finally, to finish up the Admirals, we have Aramaki, aka Green Bull. Aramaki is a very powerful Logia user, in which his stealth fruit is the Woods fruit, which allows Aramaki to create, control, and transform into a Flora. Aramaki is also highly skilled at using armament hockey and observation. He was able to easily defeat two Yonko commanders, as well as easily overwhelming the Scabbards. Aramaki was also able to easily tank an advanced Conqueror's hockey attack from Yamato, and receive almost no visible damage, though the attack did still somewhat hurt him. He also easily captured Weevil, a very powerful and former warlord, with no problem. And while it's so far not confirmed yet, as I'm waiting for more proof, but there is a possibility that his sword might be a black blade, even though the anime showed him with a white one. Another official color scheme shows him with a black one. Finally, to finish off the Marines, we have the Fleet Admiral Sakazuki, aka Akainu. One of the strongest Marines out there, Akainu's stealth fruit is the Magmag fruit, a very powerful Logia that allows Akainu to create, control, and transform into magma. His stealth fruit is also stated to have one of the highest offensive power among the Del fruits. Akainu is also powerful enough to go against Whitebeard and even blow off half of his face. He fought against Kuzan for 10 days straight, with Akainu being the one to win the fight. And according to Jinbei, ever since Akainu became the Fleet Admiral, Marine HQ have become even more powerful. Akainu also has very powerful durability and endurance, such as when he took attacks from Whitebeard. Moving on from the Marines, we have the government themselves. For the government, they have Cipher Pol agents who investigate and also assassinate for the government. Non-Cipher Pol agents go from CP5, CP6, CP7, CP8, CP9, and CP0. Some of the most well-known Cipher Pol agents are of course Rob Lucci, Kaku, and Guernica. Guernica, for example, was strong enough to easily defeat X-Drake and a bunch of Minks during Wano. Some of the strongest agents such as Kaku and Jabra can use all 6 Rokushiki, with Lucci being able to use all 6 plus the 6 King pistol. Both Lucci and Kaku are also confirmed to be awakened Delphoid users, making them even more stronger as fighters. Besides the Cipher Pol agents, even some of the Celestial Dragons themselves are also very powerful fighters, such as Imu, the 5 Elders, Garling, and the God's Knights. While we don't know the exact strength and power of Garling and the rest of the God's Knights, we at the very least know that they are powerful fighters among the world nobles, being only weaker than Imu and the 5 Elders. And while that's not 100% confirmed yet, but Garling is most likely the one that gave Prime Whitebeard a scar during the battle at God Valley. Then we have the 5 Elders. I already made a video on them, so I'll try not to talk too much about them. But basically, the 5 Elders are among some of the top strongest characters out there. All 5 of them have very powerful Conqueror's Haki. 2 of them have very powerful durability, with Warcraft's durability being even stronger, even tougher than that of Kaido and Big Mom. All 5 are also immortal, and they can easily regenerate from any attacks and severe injuries. All of them are seemingly very powerful mythical zone users. Gear 5 Luffy, with the help of Dorian Brocky, couldn't do anything to Warcry, with their only option being to run away, and thus Juro could easily take down all the pacifistas. Of course, these guys never truly went all out, so next time we do see them in battle again is when we'll finally see them go all out battle. Finally, we have Imu. While I do believe Imu will be one of the most strongest characters out there, so far we have yet to see that much from Imu in terms of his overall power. Anyways, is that it? Wrong. There's still more. Next we have the Seraphim, the ones that replace the Warlords. The Seraphim are a special type of pacifistas that are modeled after the original 7 Warlords. They are basically clone of the former Warlords, mixed with King's Lunarian lineage factor, and then added Delphoid power within their green blood. When clashing with S-Hawk, for example, Blackbeard had to use Armor Haki to quickly defend himself, and it took both Zoro and Kaku together to fight against S-Hawk during Egghead, while it took Gear 4th Luffy and Lucci in his hybrid form to take on S-Bear. And well, moving on from the Seraphims, while Vegapunk himself is dead, they still have the help of Vegapunk York to still get more powerful weapons. One of the things they have is the Mother Flame, and with the Mother Flame, the government can also use one of the ancient weapons that they have, which is of course Uranus. Yep, the government is also in possession of the ancient weapon Uranus. However, they can only use it as long as they have the Mother Flame. Overall, the world government basically have the Marines, which includes the Fleet Admiral, Admirals, Vice Admiral, and many others. Then you have the Cipher Pol agents, the God's Knights, the 5 Elders, Imu, then of course the Seraphim, York, who can provide any powerful weapons, and finally they have the ancient weapon Uranus. It is no wonder that this is one of the most strongest and powerful group in the world of One Piece. Anyways, that is pretty much it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Oh right, there's also this guy.